Good morning, you all. I just want to say hello. It is cold again where we are. I mean, it was hot last week. Well, when I say hot, it was in the 70s. And now we're back to the 30s and the 40s and to dripping faucets at night. And it's interesting because it seems like every week where I have my heavy doctor's appointments are the weeks that we get really cold. Today I had to go get blood at the cancer center. I tried to take a picture of me in front of it, but the sun is right over it, which I kind of think is kind of symbolic. But, you know, I like going to this cancer center because it's like walking into a place with a lot of people like you. You don't have to explain why you're dragging. You don't have to explain why you have bags under your eyes and you look so tired. We all do. There's always a sense of trying to deal with worry. Like there's, they have the TV on, and so and it was one of those home shows. So everybody, there's several different waiting rooms, and right in the same waiting room, or several different waiting spaces in this cancer center, which I like. And so everybody's watching it and kind of commenting on it because it takes your mind off of where you are and what you're doing. And so a lot of people are in wheelchairs because they're just too weak to walk, because of, whatever they're going through. And so I just feel like I am in a very safe and homey space. And I know that sounds weird, but when you've gone through what I've gone through, it just feels good to walk into a space where people understand. And even, well, I'll get into that because I had blood taken today. Well, I will say this now. The girl who took my blood, because they do it so much, they're so good at the cancer centers. I mean, the vein rolled and she just caught it. And I was like, wow. And it didn't hurt. And I'm like, wow, this is such a great experience. And so anyway, but so yeah, it's a very homey space for me. I woke up today and I just didn't feel good because one of the things that I am working on is, even though I'm tired, carve out the things in my mind. That's what I try to do. And I think about what's the most important things to do that are going to make the most impact, and use my energy for that. And so Saturday, it was my niece. Her prom is not until May. But I told her we would go early before everything gets picked over, because it's February, almost the middle of February. Let's see, what's the date? No, it is the middle of February. So I told her we would go because people are going to start looking over the dresses, because proms start in March here and with the different high schools. So me and her mom and her sister, we went and we looked. And it was an all-day affair because, well, the first place we looked at, we thought we were just going for a first look, just see what's out there, because it's a place that has everything. They have bridal gowns, bridesmaid gowns. They have a whole room just full of prom dresses when prom season comes around. And so, and just great variety. And they are like a local David's Bridals, but they've been around for years and they're good. And the girl that helped us was amazing because she went in thinking certain colors would be good on her. But that girl looked at her and said, I think green, sage green and deep forest greens would look good on you. And she was right. And you all, I have for 23 years, or when I was doing weddings and events, gone with lots of people and looked over lots of things with brides and had lots of consultants, and never experienced such a great experience like we experienced this time. And I tipped this girl, and I told her, I made sure I told her and her bosses, and they said that they knew she was good and that, just giving her a raise. And so, but I wanted to make sure I gave her a tip, because that kind of service, even in the higher end boutiques, it's just not normal. I mean, it's more of a stuffy type service. This girl was laid back. She was energetic. She was professional but fun. And she helped a lot of people. And so it was a good thing. Okay, so I did that, and then we ended up going to another place just to make sure that the dress, because she found the dresses she liked, and they just happened to be by the same designer. So she just needed to make sure. We went to another place to make sure that what she found was correct. And yeah, she couldn't find anything like that at the price, because it was a really good price too, which is something that's interesting. Prom dresses and formal dresses, as far as, that kind of thing for bridesmaids, because there's so much competition, those prices have not really risen much, because it's the same prices that I was looking at 10 and 12 years ago when I was looking for my daughters, which is amazing, which, that's a good thing. So that's one thing that has not gone up. Well, it depends on the designer, but there's so many good designers out there. So anyway, so we did that, and then we got some lunch, and we did some other things. So it was an all-day affair. And then the next day, of course, was church, which was yesterday. So I spent all day in Austin. I try to get up at 5, but it was 4:30 yesterday, and I try to be out the door by 6, and I was out the door by 6, and to get there, with plenty of time, because I had to make a stop also, because I try to go ahead and get what I need for breakfast that's healthy. So when it's time for me to eat, because I am doing intermittent fasting, and I don't do it for like just weight loss. I do it for health reasons. It helps my digestive system, and it helps me feel better. So I wait at least 12 to 17 hours before I eat each day. And so I stopped at the store to make sure I had the healthy stuff I needed, because they do provide in the children's church building that I serve. And mind you that my church has 3 children's church buildings, but the one that I serve in, they provide snacks, and I'm pretty sure all of them have snacks for the workers, but they're not that healthy. They're more carbs and things like that. So make sure I got some healthy snacks or healthy food to eat when it was time. And I'd served, and then I went out to lunch with a friend, and then I hung out in Austin, went and watched planes, and then I came home, and it was late, because I try to come home later. And so, did some stuff around there, and then did that, and I was exhausted when I got home, because that's 2 full days, which I normally don't do in a row. But I had this appointment this morning, and I had a hard time getting up, because I feel exhausted. And even with makeup, you can still see the bags under my eyes. And that's with concealer too, you all, which is so interesting. So, so it felt good to walk into a place where it didn't make a difference. So that's what I'm doing that's what I've done today. Just continuing to live life through the fatigue. And I just wanted to share something on Valentine's Day that I got from the Lord. I was scrolling through Instagram, and I heard a girl talking, and she was talking about what some of the things that we go through, and how before we even go through them, God already knows. He already knows that we're going to be fine. And because he knew when he told Satan, have you considered Job? He wasn't saying, Job was going to be handling something that he couldn't handle. Job handled what he went through well. He went to God. He continued to pray. And God, because he did not turn his back on God, despite what other people were telling him, he stayed close to God. Those people were able to see the benefits, those around him, because I'm pretty sure it was major news when this very, very rich man lost everything. And, first thing people want to say, well, he must have done something wrong. But he didn't do anything wrong. And God knew that he could handle it. And so, and he did. And then God restored him double. That showed a lot. That was a great testimony as to the amazingness of God and his faithfulness and his love. And that there's no evil that we can go through that can destroy us when we're his children. And so I got such a revelation from that, such a much deeper peace than I have experienced. And that is, yes, I'm going through this thing. I pray, the Lord said, I need you to walk through it because people need to see that they can survive this stuff. I didn't know it would be almost, I'm like 9.5 years in. I didn't know it would be all these things. But the Lord knew that I wouldn't turn my back on him. And he knew I would press in. And he knew I would do what needed to be done and talk about it. So he allowed me to have this platform. He trusted me with it. And people all over, that I know are watching me because I know a lot of people. You all, it's amazing. I don't even try to know a lot of people, but I do. And they're following my journey. And I'm not dead. And I'm not giving up on God. And I am still pushing through. But not only am I pushing through, Lord, you all, I'm helping other people. Not just with this. There are lots of people that I come in contact with that are struggling, that I come alongside because I know how to walk through struggling because I've been doing it. And I know that God is faithful. So I'm able to encourage lots of people because of this. So that was such an amazing Valentine's Day gift when I realized, wow, God, you knew. When you asked me to walk through this, you knew I was going to be okay. And there was just, and like I said, a deeper peace. Because that's what I'm always fighting to stand so that I can have that peace and a deeper trust in the Father. And that's what I experienced, and that's where I am today. And tomorrow I go back to, I'm just to fast forward for this week, not really fast forward, but to talk about the rest of this week. Tomorrow I go back to the oncologist. I just got blood today, and then I have my appointment with her. And then a couple of days after that, I go to the neurologist. So that's what I'm doing. These are the bigger appointments. And I think and I've been feeling sick at my stomach, even though I don't even realize that that I am bothered. Subconsciously I am, because I feel that sickness that I feel when I'm bothered. So anyway, well, you all, that is all. Just praising God for a good blood drawn situation, praising God for the word that he gave me. I'm praising God that he trusted me, and he still trusts me with this journey. I'm not going to give up, guys, until we see what the end of this through season I'm in. Well, you have a great day. Bye.